This is Zimba the Serval, and he was born in 1998, which means he's 22 years old, which is like twice as long as servals typically live. And if you've been following his story for any time, you know that back in August he got terribly overheated because he was just so close to being at the end of his life. He had been on all kinds of medications, but he had gotten himself out into the sun and could not muster the strength to get back into the shade, even though it was very close by. And so at that time, we brought him inside and we gave him fluids, and we thought, this is probably the end for him. He was doing a little bit better, so we moved him back outside and thought, well, if we just keep him in the shady part of his cage where he can't get into the sun, maybe that'll be okay. And we just kept feeding him and giving him water every day, and he rebounded. And so we were just shocked. We thought that we had taken him back to his enclosure to pretty much let him die where he was most comfortable, and he surprised us all. So we had a similar situation, except this time I think maybe because of the cold, it got very, very cold here. It got down to about 51 degrees, and he decided that he was not going to eat anymore. So we brought him into the cat hospital, and now you can see, I think that's Afton, judging by her voice, who has been feeding him off of a stick, and he's seeming to be very interested in the food. We'll see how he does with this chick, whether or not he can eat that on his own. But at any rate, he's sleeping in skip beds and being kept in a climate controlled area and tended to hand and foot by his keepers, who love him very much. He's the last of the servals. We've rescued 5 servals from, well, he's the last of a group of servals, not all of our servals. We rescued 5 servals from a basement in New York many years ago, and all of them have since passed on, except for Zimba. And the owner used to check in from time to time to see how the cats were doing, but one of the reasons that she had given him up was because she was in failing health, and so I fear that that's why we haven't heard from her in a while. She's probably passed on as well. So we'll keep a close eye on Zimba. You can find out more about him at bigcatrescue.org/Zimba. That's Zimba.
You spit it, you better You better get those. No. Says nice try, lady. Whoops. Here, I got a Shrimpy. Good job. Not too shabby, kid. Do you eat chicks? Would you eat that? Would you eat it? You want to try? You try it? Look. You are excited? You want to try it? You better get that chicky. You better get that chicky. You better get that chicky. Try it. Want me to cut it up? probably hasn't had a chick in a couple years, and he's working on a chick now. Huh. Hey, sweet pea. Give her a try. You better get it. You better get that chickie.